welcome back to Reedhead Homestead. Today is a wonderful, wonderful day. I am so excited. I'm gonna be doing an office makeover, which I cannot even tell you how long overdue this is. I mean, it's unbelievable. This is a space, this is my home office. I spend a lot of time in here, and this is something that drives me absolutely crazy. This is like an old setup. I'll go through all the details with you guys, but it is totally time to refresh the space and make it something special. So with that being said, let's get started. So I'm almost ashamed to show you guys this space. Here is my working quarters, okay? Nothing special. I've already been testing paint samples, testing them on the cabinets as well. As you can see here, there's no kick toe to our cabinets. They've kind of, you know, half of them are there, half of them are not. We don't have baseboards in here. We are missing a lot of things, very boring. This whole setup we had at our old house, and we had our little home office there, and it was fabulous. It was so cute in there, especially for the time. We've had this same setup for, I don't know, maybe 4 or 5 years or something like that. Like, I mean, the whole, I can't even tell you, this is hiding like my cord mess situation. I know I'm not the only one with this type of situation. The cords drive me crazy, so that is top of the list of something to get rid of. Speaking of getting this office organized and getting rid of all my extra cords that I have in here, I'm so excited to talk to you guys about today's sponsor, which is Vaunt. Vaunt was kind enough to partner with me to show you guys their really cool LED light strip, and I went ahead and installed it underneath this cabinet here, which I will show you guys in just a second. One of my main problems that I have is having these lamps in here. I need the extra lighting, but it takes up counter space. It's 2 more things for me to keep plugged in. They just drive me crazy. So with the light strips, I was able to install them right underneath here, so I'll be able to get rid of these lamps. These lights are so cool. They have a bunch of different color settings, so I can change that all from the little controller here, which is wonderful. I can put them on a little party light show, which I think is so much fun. My favorite features is that they do have an app that go with the lights, so you can change the colors, the brightness. There's a whole bunch of cool settings on the app that you can play around with depending on your mood. And right now I have them up at the max brightness. I'm gonna turn them down to the most dim just so you guys can kind of see the difference. So I think that's pretty awesome. There are just a million different ways to use these lights. I feel like you can use them under your kitchen cabinets, under your countertops. Maybe if you have a bar top, I think that would be really fun. You name it, the possibilities are endless. Vaunt was kind enough to offer you guys a 10% off discount code. If you guys want to use our code 10 REID HST, I will leave that down in the description below. That code is available to use on Amazon for you guys, which I think is awesome. I also want to give away one of these light strips to you guys, so if you're interested, leave a comment down below and I will pick a winner and reach out to you guys. So thank you so much to Vaunt for sponsoring today's video. Let's go ahead and get started with this makeover.
Hi, Truffs.
Truff, are you gonna help us with the office renovation?
Truffle.
It's gonna be so fun, my little baby. What I wanna, oh, okay, all right, please hold. Calling this a budget office makeover. Why? Because I'm going to be using the existing wood that we have in here for the countertop, the existing cabinets. We're going to paint them, do some new hardware. We're going to take these down. We're going to do a new stain on them. So we're going to be using all the existing things we have, just reconfiguring them in a different setup in a different way that I think is going to make so much more sense in here. And I did have to just, you know, spend a little bit of money and get some shiplap going in here, because this is like a feature wall in here, and our front door is just actually right outside of this window. And so you come in here, our dining room is right here, and I just feel like every time people come over, this is the space where I'm just like, yeah, you know, just don't look. Don't look at it. So I want to be able to have the doors open in here, have this be a really pretty feature statement. Anyway,
well, you know, let's kind of chat on that for a second. You know, yeah. Well, what are we thinking about layout wise?
Okay, so what we're going to be doing is,
I was thinking round table, bench seats.
Yeah, right.
What are we doing?
Yeah, no. What we're going to be doing, this is just something I have wanted in my life forever, is I just want like an island to come out here. And because I actually do work from home, I'm going to have one set up here, and then like one computer set up there, and then one over here. So we'll have the island in the middle, which will just be so much nicer for me to actually work on. do stuff in here, do planning, and I feel like it'll be a much better flow because when you walk in here, I really don't like having my back to the door when I'm working. It just kind of bugs me. I know that this isn't like the perfect setup either. So I think it's gonna be so much better, and I'm excited to have this just be a serene, nice, relaxing office where I feel inspired to work in. So, are you ready?
I'm ready, are you?
Yes.
Yeah.
Let's do it. So now that we've made our dining room a mess, no, I'm just kidding, it's no big deal. I am already loving this so much more. So what we did, we had to kind of play around. Basically these two extra cabinets, I wasn't sure if I was gonna be able to keep them or if I wanted to, but what we're gonna do is Mark has a really temporary set up on our old dining table in another room in our house. So we're gonna make him a little desk out of those. So it's gonna work out really nicely. I will have a workstation here, and then I have a workstation over here, and then the island is gonna come out in the center here. So I'm gonna make this look really pretty. I think I actually bought extra shiplap, so I think I might shiplap around this. What do you guys think? Not sure yet. I think I can make that really cute. And of course all this is, ooh, hit in the dark. And then of course all that is gonna be shiplap. So I'm just loving this layout so much more already. I know it doesn't look like much yet, but I'm already in love. Oh, and we did not paint underneath our cabinets when we painted our floors. This is what our floors were looking like. As you can tell, my chakras were freaking out when my floors look like that all over our house. I will paint all of this stuff in as well. I totally forgot that I did not paint underneath there, but that's okay. That's a quick fix, no biggie. So the first thing I always do when I'm installing shiplap is go through and mark my studs. Anywhere that I put X's is my no, do not be nailing there. On the other side of this, we have our laundry room. So of course there's pipes, there's electrical, there is lots of stuff going on there. And then over here we have a bathroom. So I've got electrical here and I have plumbing, you know, stuff for the toilet and everything. So I'm just not one to really take risks. I don't want to be putting nails into the wall and not really knowing, and I will encourage you guys to map things out before you begin. Don't just go nailing, because that can really create quite the crisis. So what I'll be doing in the areas where I have all my no spots is I'll be using construction adhesive. I don't always love doing that because if I ever wanted to take it off, it would ruin my drywall and I'd have to replace that. But I don't want to take any risks, and I really don't plan on ever taking the shiplap down because I love it. Anyway, long story short, I'm going to use some construction adhesive. I don't love doing it, but I also don't love putting holes in my pipelines. So pick your battles, right?
All right, babe, what are we doing?
Tearing it off the wall. So what happened is I originally thought I wanted that header board up there first. In my mind, from a design standpoint, I just thought it would look really nice. And I'm not liking it. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take these ones off. Luckily, we're not too far. We're just gonna take these off, move them up, and then put that header board on top of it. It's just a different look, and I'm gonna go ahead and admit that Mark told me to do that in the first place, and I was like, no, I think from a design standpoint, I'm really gonna like the way this looks. But I'm gonna say it, he was right. He was right.
It just gives it dimension.
It does give it dimension, and right now it feels like it's falling flat with it that way. So I'm gonna hurry and get these off because we already have adhesive setting. But I think it's gonna be okay. And we're just gonna rip it off. It's just a couple nails. The amount of nails I have pulled out already in my DIY lifetime is quite a few. So this is no big deal. So we're gonna go ahead and get started. It is the next day and we have so much to get done today. I'm not sure if we can do it all, but I'm gonna be optimistic and say that we can. So what we're gonna be doing, last night we got all of the holes patched here, so we have to sand that down, put another coat of paint on those. We got all the drawers emptied out last night, and I just wiped all of those down this morning, so I'm ready to get those painted today. I am gonna be painting the cabinets blue, so it's gonna be the same color as the wall. I think everything is just gonna come together really nicely. And also we're gonna try to tackle the countertop in here today. So it doesn't sound like that much work, but I think it is gonna be a lot of work. So let's go ahead and get this day started.
I heard a scream and a yell and a oh yeah! Oh wait, it's not recording. Oh wait, it is recording.
I'm so excited. Okay, so for the island, I'm gonna call it my little island, okay, in the office. I'm gonna have this one cabinet that's going to be sort of like in the middle of the room. And I've been talking with Mark, probably like, I don't even know how many times I've talked to you about it. I'm like, well, I just don't want it to really look like a cabinet, even though it is a cabinet. And I was like, maybe I should try to find or make some little feet to go on the front of it, so that way it kind of looks more like furniture or built in or something of that nature. Watch this transform. So I'm gonna have my shiplap right there, and then I'm gonna have my trim right here, and look at how it makes a leg. It makes a leg. I'm so excited.
Hashtag it makes a leg.
Hashtag it makes a leg. So I think it's gonna look really good. I'm so pumped. And then of course I'll just put a piece of the kick toe down there, so that way that looks nice and finished off. But I think it just kind of makes that whole thing look a little bit better.
Well, congratulations, babe.
Victory!
Victory!
All right, we've got quite the setup here. I'm sorry guys, it's really windy, so I'll try to talk fast and talk you through what we're doing. We have a planer and we have a joiner. We have never used them. We inherited these from my grandpa. And what we're doing is we have our wood from the office, and I want this to be a lighter stain color. And when you buy like 2-by material, it always comes with these round edges on it. And when you go to, like join these boards together, it can leave a kind of a valley here, and it's really nice if you can get those edges off. So what we're doing is you run this through the planer. It's a whole process of what this thing does.
The planer just basically removes a layer.
Yes.
As you go through, so, same as the jointer.
Yes.
But this one has rollers on it, so you can put it in one end and it'll start taking itself through. You still want to kind of guide it.
Yeah. It's really easy to use, actually.
This one is freaking noisy.
It is so loud.
Surprisingly, that thing is quiet.
Yes. So ear protection, 100% for this one. That one's just easy. So anyway, so what we're doing is I want this to be a lighter stain color. So we're taking them through the planer, and it removes all of the stain on them.
It basically removes like whatever you want, a 32nd or a 16th
of an inch.
So it removes that layer that the stain's in.
Right. I'm so sorry it's windy, guys. Okay, well, we'll show you basically what we're doing, but what we did is we've already practiced on one board, and this is how much we were able to get off of it, and we were able to get the sides all squared off using the joiner. So we're gonna keep going here, and I will fill you guys in just a little bit. Wow, what an inopportune time for our vacuum to break.
Yeah. Well, the shop vacs been through everything.
Yeah, it's a cheap one from Harbor Freight, so it's kind of like, oh, thank goodness, finally it broke.
After all of those projects,
my gosh.
And on top of it, like the mixed use projects, like there were a couple times where we like sucked up wet plaster in it,
right?
Because we had to,
right?
Then, so there's a whole bunch of stuff.
It's seen some projects for sure.
It's lived.
It's lived. Yeah.
It's gonna have a rightful burial.
Unfortunately, we have all of this freaking mess.
And it extends out the full length of the job.
It does. It goes all the way out there, and it goes into the garage as well. So, Shark to the rescue, right?
Shark and Mark.
Shark and Mark. I love that.
So, I gotta say,
I'm proud of us.
I'm proud of us, but it's an early night for us. It's
Oh my
8
gosh,
PM.
it's 8 o'clock and we're calling it quits.
We're so dead.
We're dead. We're exhausted. That was a lot of work that we underestimated how much work it would be. But it was fun though.
Well, it made me remember that when we first got that wood, we didn't know or care about picking out the wood.
We just didn't really know how.
We chose it out of like quickness and necessity, and it was cheap wood, so we bought it.
Yeah.
And we didn't care that it was both this way and this way, or this way and this way.
Yeah, probably 5-6 years ago, I think.
5-6 years ago.
Yeah, at least.
And she didn't even know how to use power tools back then.
No,
we
I
did
didn't.
that entire office with a circular saw and a screwdriver.
Yeah. That was my first time painting cabinets.
Oh yeah. And I'm pretty
first time staining anything, I think.
We looked at the cabinets today before she started painting them, and we're pretty sure that she didn't even really paint the cabinets.
I think I did them with primer. I was like, that's white paint that we have in our little shed. So there's a good chance. I don't know, it was such a long time ago.
Oh, man.
But I will say that even looking back, we made the office so cute back then.
Yeah.
And it has got us through.
Very rustic.
It's very rustic, very farmhouse. But it has got us through to this day. It has served its purpose and done its job. And we have graduated and we know different things. When you know better, you do better. Okay, well, it's been a really fun day. We're calling it quits. We're both hungry. We will see you tomorrow.
Wait for episode 2.
Are we ending it here?
I think we should end it here.
Number 2, stay tuned. We got a lot more to do. Thank you for hanging out, guys. And we'll see you in the next episode. Bye.